Hello, everybody. It's Dr. Rick dropping in on you. Hope everybody's having an unbelievable start to your week. It's Money Monday. So we talk about all different facets of money, finance on Monday. We try to keep it simple, but we try to keep it real and focused. And one of the things I like to do is instead of just talking about it, provide different conduits and avenues and instruments and resources to help people do some of the things that we're talking about. One of the things that can be immensely frustrating is for someone to say this is the solution to do something, but then never give you a direct avenue or connection to getting to that instrument. And so it's something you are aware of, but no idea how to implement. So I try to do the best I can in that. And these conversations happen in two ways: revenue generation and money management, primarily on Mondays, and then wealth building Wednesday is more about what we do on the back end with the money we earn to create streams of passive income and asset accumulation that leads to long-term generational wealth. Today is Monday, so we're going to talk about multiple streams of income and taking control. We're going to talk about the benefits of that. First, I want to really quickly point you to the description box. You guys have heard me talk about my 7-day online business launch course. It's literally what I've used for the past 13 years to establish a presence online, expand the reach of that presence, expand the diversity in that presence over 13 years. It's the same blueprint. Obviously, as new instruments and tools and technology comes in, it changes and evolves, but it's the same principles. I teach you in this online course how to do this over and over again so that you can create your online presence and generate revenue. And by the way, multiple streams of income, which we're talking about today. This course is normally $5.99. It's today, we're doing it today and today only. When you register for this course, you're going to get the Mind Unleashed course, which is another online course, which is about the mindset of success, and not just in finance, in every area of life. If you're struggling in your career, you're struggling in relationship, you're struggling in self-confidence, all these different things play a role in how successful you are. The Mind Unleashed is my older course of breaking the curse, crushing limiting beliefs. And I am it's right now $5.99, and I'm giving that away free with the 7-day online course and the new 6-month personalized success and growth plan, which we're doing. I'm giving that away free with uh, anyone who registers today before 11:59 p.m. for that course. Also, my passion, my labor of love, the Path to Generational Wealth course, which is an 18-month comprehensive, robust course from A to Z on the mechanisms, the mindsets, the practices, the awareness, the things and the skills you need to know to build long-term wealth. It's so robust that if you can master just 20% of this course, I'm serious, you will change your life forever. I spent 10 years researching, interviewing, uh, diving into and learning from the most successful investors and wealth builders in history so that I could give it to you. One of the things that I'm exceptional at is researching and curriculum development and course development. I've done it from my company. I've done it for the universities that I've operated and dealt with, and on a lot of accredited levels. So when I tell you I put a course together, this course is unbelievable. So again, you can get this course. It's regular $25.95. You can get it today for $5.99. Or today again only, you can get both of those courses, the 7-day online business launch course and the 18-month course, for a package deal or a bundle deal of $7.99. That will not happen again, and it'll be over today. This is Money Monday. I wanted to do something to pop off the week. If you understand the importance of this and what it means to you, your life, your future, and you know you need to make a move, if you got your game together and everything's tight, maybe you're not thinking this is for you. But I'm telling you that 18-month course, if you're not packing and stacking at least nine figures in generational wealth, or wealth assets or net worth, you want to check this out, because the people who contributed to the information that is in this all are above that. And so this is way above my pay grade. I got into it because I wanted to give people something to work with while I learned. And I'm still diving into it daily. I'm still reviewing my notes daily. I'm still saying, okay, I haven't checked that box off. I still got to do that. I'm still, and it's life changing. Again, 20% of this will change your life. So again, you can get both of those for $7.99, or you can get either one for $5.99. And if you get the 7-day online, you get the Mind Unleash and the 6-month success plan. All that's in there. Let's get through. Got that out of the way. Got to pay the bills. Got that out of the way. So let's go here. ID roughly 8. Some of these things cross section or intersection, so I'm not going to do all 8. But what I want to do is talk about why it's important to have multiple streams of income. This isn't a new thing. This isn't something new. You've heard this over and over. No matter what age you are, you've heard you need more than one stream of income. Unfortunately, for the average person, when you tell the average person they need more than one stream of income, they think they need more than one job. And the problem with that is there are only so many hours in a week. So no matter how many jobs you get, you can only work so many hours a week. So you're going to max out. The idea is to create streams of income that are scalable, that can expand, that become autonomous, or at the very minimum passive. And that way you can do what you do: rental properties, investment mechanisms like stocks, art, futures. There's so many different things that you can get to. You can invest in other businesses. You can start a business. One of the best ways to develop and grow wealth, and to reserve and conserve and even insulate your wealth, is in a well-structured business. A lot of people that you hear about the net worth, a lot of the net worth is in their business entities, not in cash. I tell people all the time, cash is crazy. If you're laying around on a bunch of cash, you are taking a major risk because of the volatility in the currency market. It just doesn't make sense. Plus, cash sitting around doesn't grow. You say, well, I have it in a interest-bearing account. I guarantee you the average bank's interest-bearing account, whether on checking or savings, isn't producing enough growth to outpace inflation. So in other words, the value of the money you have in there is depreciating at a faster rate than it's growing on the interest that it is in that savings account. So it needs to be working for you instead of sitting on the side. Keep enough to pay what you need to pay, maybe an emergency fund, but what you've got to be able to do is make that money work for you. That's what passive income is. That's what multiple streams of income. That's why I created the 7-day online business launch course, because what it does is allows a person to see an idea, see an opportunity, create a space online, and promote anything. The beautiful thing about the internet is you don't even have to have a product or a service. You can promote someone else's service, or you can share information, generate a following, and then sell sponsorships and ads to that following. It's so many different ways to do it, that I've done it myself. And then there are thousands of other ways to do it that I haven't touched, but I've looked at, I've observed, and I said, man, that's pretty cool. And all of this is out there. Your mind is the limit to what you can do with all this stuff. And then now you bring AI into the thing. And man, to all the people who were able to register before the end of the last week for my webinar on AI, how to master and leverage AI, man, Goldman Sachs says that in the next couple of years, AI will replace or eliminate 300 million jobs globally. It's going to immediately reproduce close to 100 million, and then it'll be up to others to figure out whether other jobs are going to come from that. That they can produce. The thing is, learn how to use something versus fear it, and it becomes a power catalyst for you versus the mark of your demise. AI has been on the uprise. I started really looking into it seriously probably about 4 or 5 years ago. Contacted people I knew, asked them what was going on with it. People in that area, tech people, coders, programmers. And they explained to me how it was going to be used, how it was going to be rolled out, what you would be able to do. And I started looking at ways I was going to do it. And so for the past year or so, I've actually been using it to enhance the services I've got, to enhance and personalize customer experiences. So everybody's experience with what we're doing in the different entities that I own and operate will be unique based off of what we're able to sit up and create. And that's just the scratching of the surface of this thing, but you need to get ahead of it. There's so many different ways that you can create multiple streams of income. Diversification is huge. When you create multiple streams of income, 9 times out of 10, it's not going to be in the same area. You're going to have rental income. You're going to have uh, uh, e-commerce income. You're going to have investment income and all these different places. And why is the diversity important? Diversity is one of the best ways to protect against risk and collapse. In other words, an industry collapse. Unless you're going to have a major global collapse, one industry may be doing bad, another industry is doing good. So you diversify, and what are you doing? You're hedging all of your positions, believing that you've made a wise enough choice in the way that you set up your portfolio, that not everything is going to be taken at one time. So what happens is when something's not going well, those things that are going well, hedge it and hold it together. You want to invest in things that you believe will perform over the long haul. Stop getting hype about things that happen in time, because time and circumstances and situations change. Things are going to go up, things are going to go down. The markets of investment and finance are no different than any other area of life, ebbs and flows. You got to learn what type of businesses, what type of investments, what type of revenue streams tend to have longevity. Get into those things. We talk about that in the 7-day online business launch course. But the beauty of creating revenue online is literally no end, because it's always something going on. And you got the short term thing, and then you got, hey man, I'm gonna ride this for the long term. The short term thing would be the people who use the internet to sell masks during the the front end of the COVID epidemic, when everybody was literally being required to wear masks. The people who got on the front of that, start making their own masks and selling them online, did good for a while. And my thing is, I'm not going to waste my time doing that, because it's not going to live long. This thing is going to die down, as I predicted it did. And then plus there's going to become a saturation of masks. So then what do you have? You have high supply, low demand. It's done now. You walk in everybody and they're just stacked up everywhere. Nobody's buying them anymore. Nobody's wearing them. And so you got a surplus of masks now. But long term is, I'm going to create an information pathway where I'm going to tell people or teach people. For instance, my teaching on epigenetics and adverse childhood experiences, epigenetics and multi-generational trauma. There's a whole platform for that. Now, it's not exciting, it's not overwhelming, but for people who are really struggling in their lives, people who are really trying to do better, and then understanding how epigenetics and trauma impact physical health is huge. Because what we're finding out is that this isn't just about a psychological or emotional issue. When you have adverse childhood experiences, or you have a stressful environment, even as an adult, it influences your health outcomes. It increases the chance of diseases, even cancer. And so when those people want to do that, they can go to my Master Fitness 21 site and read about that. They can go to the rickwallacephd.link site and read about that. And then there's other information on personal improvement, personal health, self-help, all those things. They can go to the visionetixinstitute.com site, read about that. Those things exist because those are the things I said. Long term, it's going to build momentum. Long term, it's going to be a go-to place. Long term, I'm going to accumulate a little library or catalog of information that people can go to, and it will become a bigger and a stronger asset over time. So I took the long game, because that's what I'm looking at, building something that has longevity. I don't want to keep jumping in and out of things. To me, that's the equivalent of day trading. Sometimes you hit, sometimes you don't. Good chance to get a big hit, but also a good chance to lose everything. So then there is increased income potential. Obviously, if you get multiple streams of income, you're going to improve your chance of expanding your income. And again, this isn't about you going out and working personally for everything. It's about you finding mechanisms and levers that will allow you to put some energy, effort, time, money into something, build it, automate it, and leave it. And do, minor management over time. So that's that. Then flexibility and freedom. The more streams of income you create, the more revenue streams you generate, the more you start to develop wealth on the back end. the more flexibility and freedom you have in what you do in your day. I'm a hardworking person. I'm up before the sun is up every day, no later than 5:30. I work not as nearly as long as I did before the heart attacks because I learned there was more to life than work, no matter what I was trying to go at. But I still go a full day plus, and then I take time to unwind because I've earned it, and then I prepare for the next day. But what I can tell you is that anytime that something pops up and I need to do it, I don't have to ask anybody permission to do it. I've created a situation in a space in my life where I'll earn the average person, and I can sit up and say, today I'm going to do this. Like last week, a lot was going on. I needed to clear my head. I took a mental health week, contacted the clients that I still work with directly and told them, look, I'm taking it off. They understand. I give them everything I got when I'm there. So they understand when I need to. As a matter of fact, most of my clients say, hey, Doc, you probably need to take some time off. And I understand it, but I have the flexibility of saying, I'm not going to be here today. I'm going to be there. Or and then I have the flexibility because I've created my presence and my reach online that I can pretty much do it anywhere. So I can sit up and say, you know what? I'm going to San Juan and work from there if I want to. Going to Costa Rica, I'm working there if I want to. And there are times, man, over the last few years, there are some things I need to get squared away, business wise, and stuff like that. And who knows? I may just decide I'm going to live on the beach and work from whatever little place near the beach has a Wi-Fi system. I don't know, but sometimes the hustle and bustle of what's going on is just like, hey, I'm done with this. And then I have the ability to sit up and say, the way I move, I can do that. It'll take some adjustment, it'll take some planning, and things of that nature, but it's a possibility. And so there's that flexibility. Then it's going to increase skill development and personal growth. Why? Because normally when you get into a new stream of income, you got to learn it. You got to learn what's going on, how it works, whatever. You just developed a new skill that now you can implement into your life in multiple ways. And so that's extremely important. Another way is risk mitigation. Again, I kind of touched on that on the top of the video. When you are operating multiple or producing and creating multiple streams of income, you are mitigating the risk of having a disruption in your primary source of income being cataclysmic and devastating to you. One of the things that you see it all the time, man. Person loses their job, and it's a all-out sprint and desperate push to find the next job before what? Before the funds run out, before the mortgage company starts calling, before the eviction notices, before the repossessions, before all this stuff. Why? Because they only had that one stream of income. They had nothing to hedge them, nothing to hold them up, nothing to say, man, it's a bad time. It's a lean time. It's tough. And then here we are. And that's important. Also, creating multiple streams of income is going to produce in you an entrepreneurial mindset. It's different than an employee mindset, and it expands the capacity for you to do things. Again, you can have multiple streams of income with an employee mindset, and you're going to be limited how many jobs you can get. And then you're going to work yourself into a stupor. You're going to stress yourself out, and you're still going to cap out. You may do well, and it may be necessary. This isn't me spitting on anybody. It may be necessary for a minute, but does it have longevity? Can you do this for the rest of your life? And what will it produce? Normally what happens with people who end up getting multiple jobs is for a small period of time, you got to do this, you got to do that. This is coming up, that's coming up. Kids' graduation is coming up. Kids got going off to college. Kids got something special. Or you want to go on this trip and it's a little bit more out of your range. You want to do that. That's that work extra job for that, or maybe 2 extra jobs to make sure you get whatever done. That's a hard push on a long-term thing, but you get it done. But long term, that mindset normally produces this. You get the job. And at first, it's great. You got a little extra money. You can pay off some stuff. You can do the little thing. But what happens is the normal creep of the employee mindset is what most people are living by here, and that is live at above my means. So what happens? You start to change your lifestyle to fit this extra income that's coming in, and now all of a sudden you're straining again to get everything taken care of, paid for, because you extended your lifestyle to meet your income instead of living beneath your means. You sit up and extend it, and now you got to keep all three of those jobs, or you're going to lose something, or something's going to go unhandled, and you're straining and your stress is stretching you don't even get to enjoy it. Why? Because now you got to work them jobs. And so when you take that and you switch it around and you say, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create these streams of income that don't require a great deal of my time. They can earn me equally what I could get on an extra job, in most instances more, and it's mine. And if I need to take a break from it, I can. And all of the flexibility, all of the risk mitigation, all that stuff is important. And it is also one of the mechanisms of wealth building, multiple streams of income. Nobody is going to tell you you're going to be safe. Now, it's not that you can't become wealthy with one stream of income, but all it takes is disruption or interruption or a shutdown of that particular stream. And now, if you don't have it, now you're struggling to take what you have built to create more when you should have been doing that in the first place. So again, there's so much benefit in building and developing multiple streams of income, and everybody should have at least two independent streams of income. That's another reason I built 7 days on the 7-day online business launch course. The link is in the box. The offers are just for today. It's crazy. You can get both the $2,600 Path to Generational Wealth course and the $600 7-day online course for $799, or you can get any of the other options that are in there. I made it 3 different ways you can do this and benefit from it and push yourself into the next phase of building something. This is building. There's no get rich quick schemes in anything that I'm teaching or offering. So if you're looking for something flash in the pan, you're not going to get it. This is about saying I'm going to build it block by block, brick by brick, concept by concept, time, energy, effort over time to produce something that I'll actually be able to pass down and leave when I'm done, but also be able to enjoy while I'm alive. We're going to talk about trust on Wednesday. Wealth Building Wednesdays, we're going to talk about trust and the different ways you can use it to protect your business, such as an unincorporated business trust, life trust for managing and controlling trust, as well as the trust that you can use to pass down your wealth to make sure your wealth isn't squandered by the ones you pass it down to. All of these things we're going to talk about on Wednesday, but what you have to do is you have to start. I think the 7-day online business launch course is a great place to start as far as multiple streams of income. I think the Path to Generational Wealth 18-month course is a gem when it comes to building wealth. And so I'm going to invite you to take advantage of it. The information is in the description box. These gifts, as they are, will only be good for the remainder of today. Those links will expire and they will go back to their regular pricing, and especially the Path to Generational Wealth course. I've been trying to promote it, get it there. We did a market test a couple of weeks ago, so it was offered at a crazy price while we were doing it, just to test markets to see who were interested outside of what it would cost. So in other words, when you reduce it that low, cost isn't the issue, it's other things. So we want to test the market. We did the market test, did well. We've actually been contacted by a minimum, I think 7 or 8 institutions that want to license it. And I did that before with something that I created, and I wasn't happy with the way it turned out. They benefited from it. But I think so many people didn't have the opportunity. I think they overcharged for it, but they had the ability to promote it. They had the money to promote it. But I have been contacted. I want to control how this goes, so I'm not going to license it. But it tells you when you put it out there, and people can go and they can look at your syllabus and see what you're bringing. They know it's something there. I put 10 years into this thing, and I can't tell you the pride that I have in the work that was done to provide something that people can use. And this thing will be there long after I'm gone. The principles are the principles. They've been practiced for centuries, really. So again, take advantage of it. Do your thing. We're going to keep doing this. We're going to keep building this week after week. We're going to add to it. And I am constantly adjusting and adding to the course. The more I get an understanding, I say, okay, I can tweak how I put this, or I can even add something that isn't there. So it is extremely robust. I'm excited, but all the instruments and resources in the world mean nothing if you don't take advantage of them. It's that simple. So on that note, as I always say, I live my life on full so that when I leave this place, I die on E. And that's the only thing I can challenge you to do. Ask yourself every day, did I give today everything that I have? Am I living my life on full? Or will I, if I stay at the pace I'm at, take a great deal of my potential to the grave with me? You have to be honest with yourself, and you have to deal with what you believe the outcome will be if you don't change. On that note, look, I'm out of here. I want to thank you guys again for stopping in with me. You have an unbelievable remainder of your day, and I'll see you later.